of my face is red, with breasts, with a shoulder of a friend, with a corner of a desk, with communion, with a yes, and I'll tell you.
Welcome back to Pretty Much Experts. I'm Robert John. We got Skyler here.
Hey everybody.
Mike in the van. How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty hungover.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Happy to see you boys.
Yeah, I'm fucking hungover today. Like, actually, no, it's not so bad, but I definitely know that I consumed a cool, 40 beers in the last 2 days.
Yeah, I went way too hard on Friday.
Yeah.
So, I'm not hungover today, but that's only because I was a bag of shit all day yesterday.
Yeah.
All day.
Fucking cuckboy
I
puked
feel
all
like
over the kitchen
a good
floor.
indication, no matter how bad you feel, a good indication that you're hungover is if you are not eating anything, but you're still shitting 5 times a day.
Yeah, and sweating so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We just went to Wendy's and I fucking, halfway through was like, I don't think I can finish this. I'm so just, have no appetite. It's so warm here today, too.
It's cold down here.
Oh, it's nice in the basement here. I got a sweater on.
Yeah.
But it's fucking humid as fuck upstairs.
Oh yeah, here too.
But yeah, Friday night we went hard. We were sitting in the backyard just having a good old time, laughing.
Yeah.
At the time that we went inside Friday night, I had already had too many beers.
Yeah.
I was already I've had too many. And then I came in and just sat down beside a bottle of JMO and just couldn't help it. Just kept taking swigs off it, and then it's my night went good idea, taking a swig. Look at Skyler's face, he's like, that's a bad idea. I'm like, no, it's fine. And then my next memory is I'm just laying on the kitchen floor, face down, and I'm awoken.
Getting some cold on you.
Awoken to someone laying a plate beside me with some food on it, eat this. And as soon as I looked at it, I just opened my mouth and puked all over it, nah. Oh, hold on, this fucking Mac. I don't know. It's
Is it overheating?
Uh,
I knew it. I can still see
I think
it
the
though.
video might be fucked. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That pillow back up.
Get that pillow back on.
No, you can leave the pillow off. It's not that bad.
And,
when we're talking.
Yeah, so I just threw up all over the plate, and then I thought I still need to eat that pizza. Despite it being covered in puke, I still need to eat because I'm so fucked. But then I don't remember anything until 7 in the morning, waking up, still on the kitchen floor, but there's so much more puke all around me. I had done fucking floor angels, snow angels, but I'm just fucking covered.
Reaching for a pillow when you sleep.
I'm just using that
swimming
swimming pizza as a pillow and just covered in my own puke. The whole floor's covered. And then I just drag myself downstairs to bed and let someone else clean it up.
That's a new low for you, dude.
Is it though?
That is a new low.
Leaving it for someone else to clean up.
Yeah, that's low.
Yeah.
Snow angels,
Snow angels, new low.
And it's, I think, too, me and the roommate were talking about it. It's if it was, in the washroom, it's one thing, but, right in front of the fucking refrigerator, we can't even get into the...
I feel like the
No,
kitchen's
but, we
better.
couldn't even access
you got
the
more-
fridge, though.
No
more
one's been in
floor.
that fridge.
Just cut off half of the fucking kitchen, right?
Fridge is off
yeah.
limits for a week. Yeah.
And then just,
What I mean is, the bathroom's usually got a rug.
Yeah.
And it's tiny. And there's walls to be fucking messed up, It's in the kitchen, it's just a nice wide
I'm not
open,
trying to,
easily
take
clean
any blame
floor.
off. It's all my fault, but it's not by choice I decided to throw up on the kitchen and ruin your access to the fridge. If I could choose between not throwing up all over the place and using the bathroom, I would.
I totally get that.
I do remember throwing up on the pizza.
But the
I remember
second
that
best
part,
place-
but it was just booze.
Well,
Just
that's absolutely disgusting.
like a bleh. But I don't remember the rest until I got up
Yeah,
in the morning and I was just covered in it.
No shower.
And then, like, I was in bed most of the day yesterday.
Jesus, no shower
No.
still?
But
my God.
I started to get my second wind last night, had a beer or two. And I'm like, oh, it's getting chilly. I'm going to go downstairs, grab a sweater, put it on. I came back outside, sat down, and I looked, and it's just still covered in puke. It's just like...
Yeah, it's not going to clean itself.
I was wearing, though. It's just like, oh...
It's not a vagina.
Cleans itself once a month.
Okay.
Self-clean.
Water off the duck's back.
I mean, the sweater makes
it
you
was
look
bad.
like a vagina,
Keeps
but
you
it's
warm, like
yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's a new low, dude. But I'd say if I'm voting, second best place to puke while inside a house, the kitchen.
Oh,
is
yeah.
Second best on.
I agree. Just maybe
Yeah.
not in front of the fridge.
No, but there's something, like we've mentioned it on this show before, there's something so comforting about laying on the floor when you're that drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I almost don't want to get into a bed
feels great.
because, I don't know. There's something about being, like, so drunk and in a bed, knowing I'm going to throw up, I'm going to ruin everything. And if I have to puke, I'm, like, comfortable and I don't want to get up and I'm going to fight it and all that. Something about just, like, laying face down on a kitchen floor that's just, like, there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be right now. Maybe a tiled bathroom floor.
Yeah.
But, it, you know, a linoleum kitchen's also pretty great.
Well, see, I'm saying kitchen's way better. You don't got the pissy toilet, you know,
Yeah.
right next to your face. Like,
And when you're...
kitchen's
and, like,
the
bathroom...
best. There's food, there's
Bathrooms
water.
look pretty clean until you're at that, like, puke angle. You're,
Till you're
laying on the
till
ground
you're
looking,
floor
looking
level.
at where the toilet
Yeah.
meets the ground, and you're just like, there's a black ring
Yeah,
around
oh
this
my
thing. Like,
God. Yeah, there's
How
shit
did that get there?
underneath somehow, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and just the little, like, droplets of spray all over the wall, but you can only see them now that you're down
it's
at this, like,
disgusting.
floor height.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to be right beside the fridge.
no. Yeah, me
Bring up
too.
eat some grapes.
Me too. I'll put my back to the fridge just to be safe. You know? Get a nice cold back of the fridge.
Fuck.
So then, like, when I got up and we were, like, making dinner yesterday, the roommates, like, you know, we, like, cleaned up everything except for the, like, plate you puked in. That's way too gross. You have to clean it. Kind of said it a little bit sternly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, obviously I'll
Oh, of
clean
course.
that up. And by the way, that's so much less gross than what everything else I left all over the floor. Like,
Yeah.
why stop
Yeah.
there? Like, why would you clean...
You had to throw
Yeah.
the whole mop.
You cleaned up the entire floor, but stopped at the plate that was
Brand
in
new
it.
mop.
That's on you. That's on you. But I'll clean it. No
Yeah.
problem.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much
Like,
does she hate
negative
RJ
2.
right
She's
Yeah.
great with me.
Yeah.
She thinks it's kind of fun, and I think she likes that
okay.
I'm the worst out of, like,
Yeah,
makes
oh,
you
yeah.
look a lot better.
now? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You're a fucking
exactly.
saint now.
Oh, it's like, that's just it. Like I was saying to RJ, like, I feel like I actually did this crazy thing where, like, I paced myself this weekend and, like, you know, I
Yeah.
definitely had, like, 13 beers yesterday, but we started at, like, 3 o'clock, and I think we went to bed at, like, I passed
was,
out
like,
at
midnight.
1:30 or something, yeah.
Yeah, you passed it on the couch with the beer in hand.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, waking you up and you being annoyed that, like, oh, there's still so much beer in this. It's like, well, just take it to bed with you.
And I did.
You fucking cuck.
I did. I woke up this morning and there's a can of beer beside my bed.
If you really want to do your brother a solid there, RJ, next time you guys do an Airbnb, you gotta fucking
Puke in the bed.
you gotta close the gap a little. You
Break
know?
some chairs.
Yeah, help close that gap.
Break a chair, throw
Yeah.
it in the bed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Piss the bed, flip
Yeah.
the mattress over without telling anyone.
Yeah. I puked this morning, though.
that's the way to do it. You don't
All
want to
the
fuck your
bragging that I'm doing. I
deposit.
did puke this morning, but I made it to the toilet. And it was quick.
So crazy. You guys are just so fucking free flowing.
I
that
can't
puke.
remember the last time I puked. I mean, it's not like I fucking...
I get it though. Like if I just puked more, I'd feel way less
that
like
was,
yeah.
Me
shit.
this morning was just like sitting there,
Yeah.
and I felt like garbage. And it's like,
Yeah,
if
do
you,
it.
like you just go puke, you're gonna feel way better. And then I did. Went right back to sleep.
If I lay down and I sleep for more than 2 hours in a drunken stupor and I don't have to get up to puke, it's not happening. I'll sleep the rest of the night. I'll wake up in the morning. It's just not happening. It's like if I make it that far, if I make it an hour or two into my sleep, that's it.
She's in you
She's
for
in me.
good.
I got the demon.
Blood.
Yeah. Yeah, I got fucking tuned last night just by myself, bopping from van to truck to van to car, just doing random shit, playing my guitar, throwing beer cans into the shadows.
Blowing up your spot.
For the real homeless. For the real
Giving
homeless.
back to the community.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Helping my fellow community. Yeah, I got fucking tuned, man. I bought 24 for Friday after work, and only a couple guys stuck around. I'm on a new site this week, but my old site's like right next to where I'm at, so I just went over there on Friday, and there was only a couple guys hanging out, and we probably only drank 10 of the 24 pack I bought. So I had all these nice cold beers left in my cooler last night, and it's like, well, they gotta get did.
They gotta do it.
They gotta get
go
done.
bad.
They're not gonna last till
fuck
Monday. All cold. Pretty.
Yeah, I guess you don't have a refrigerator, so it's like that cold. You're losing the cold.
You're losing cold.
Every minute.
Oh man, baby, I fucking, as soon as the beers were done, I put that water on top of my face and head. I just dumped the whole cooler on the back of my neck. You know, it was so
Feels good.
refreshing.
Such a fancy man, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do have access to cold water, but it was still glorious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was in the state yesterday where it's like, I don't think I'm drinking ever again. Like, I was so messed up.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. What are you, fucking
But
14,
I'm
dude?
going now.
Okay. Yeah.
I've recovered.
That's like 20
I'm
years
never
if I'm
gonna do
never
that
going to
again.
drink again.
But I do want to, like, curb the, like,
Dude.
I'm not drinking 10 beers and then getting into the JMO. Like, that was such a dumb idea.
Yeah.
That's the problem,
definitely-
dude.
I do not touch the hard alcohol for that reason.
I'm pretty sure there's
Yeah.
songs about it.
Little limericks.
I like a
These
good,
sayings.
just, like, whiskey drunk, but it has to be just whiskey all
yeah.
night. I can't,
You can't be
I
switching.
can't be wasted and then
Thing
get
is, I
into
can't
it.
do that.
I think
And
that's
then
the
get
problem.
whiskey
I also stepped on a goddamn thumbtack that night.
I
The worst.
Yeah.
ooh.
You hear, like, these people on
Oh, it's
Facebook
horrible.
and shit complain about stepping on kids' toys and Legos.
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing.
Absolutely.
Step on a thumbtack, and I had to,
Nothing compared
like,
to a
pull that,
thumbtack.
like, it went right in, like, fucking flush.
Flush the.
Dude, once a week in the van for a year and a half,
Oh
I step on a thumbtack.
Yeah.
They fall out of the ceiling or they fall off the curtain or something. I got a whole thing of pins. Just every pin that I have is just stuck
Yeah.
to the carpet on the roof. For why not? Because I got stoned one day, and every once in a while, one of them will rattle loose, and I'll jam it in. Like I got one underneath my big toenail.
Oh.
I like kicked it in there. Oh my god! First thing in the morning too.
Just full kicked it in.
Yeah. It ruined my month. It didn't even ruin my day. It ruined my whole
Oh,
month.
yeah.
You know?
I think that's what led me onto the JMO Friday. Like, I stepped on that thumbtack, and I just sat down pissed and grumpy
Gotta
and,
drink
like,
away
fuck
with
it. And, like, it didn't hurt, like, excruciatingly bad because I had a good one on. But, like, yesterday was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Trying to walk with this goddamn, like, sore foot. Being hungover on top of that. It's just like I have a headache. I'm so dehydrated and I can't walk. I gotta puke. I'm not gonna make it. So I'm just gonna lay on the grass outside.
It was nice out yesterday, though.
Well, you guys are finally getting
Oh,
good
yeah.
weather then,
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
drinking
It's,
season.
I guess
Hungover sunburn season.
the big story around these parts
Oh, yeah.
today is a bunch of fucking cucks. Like, we're hanging out in the park in Toronto. It was like, I don't know, like 500 people it looked
Yeah.
like.
So what? So
no,
what?
I guess it's
Life
just
moves on.
like, we're
The
not
first weekend of nice weather and
Yeah.
everyone ignores social dicks. It looked like a music
Dude.
festival, like the photo. But
Yeah,
these
of
people are
course they
such
did.
fucking losers.
Of course
No,
they
they're
did.
losers.
I don't think they are at all.
Buddy, go look at
Let them do what they want to do. That's on
Tell
them.
me that those are
That's
the
on
people
them.
that you would like to hang out with.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's no ethical dilemma behind
know.
that for me. Do what the
Yeah,
fuck
do
you
what
want
you
to
want
do.
to do. I totally agree, but also
Yeah.
like,
I'm not hanging out with them, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, yeah, they're hanging in the park. Of course they are.
no,
The
you gotta
weather's
see the
beautiful.
pictures of them. Like, it's like standing room only in this park. Like, it's
Like,
Okay.
just,
like
okay.
just
besides
There's a lot of-
all the, like, we shouldn't be doing that shit, it's like, who walks up to that park and goes, there's still a little bit more room for me to, like, kneel on one knee and the other leg up, and I can squeeze in against a tree. Like, it is so full. Like,
Yeah.
who still is like, oh yeah, we can do that? Like, me and
we can fit.
all just fucking losers.
Yeah, I totally disagree with you, Mikey. These people are pieces of shit. Fucking
Connection
connection.
is poor.
What a
Connection
piece
is
of
poor. Let's
garbage.
pull the muffler off, see if that opens up the network.
Is this on our end? Oh.
Oh, he's
Oh,
there.
you
He's
are. There you
there.
are. But is he back?
Is he
Did
back?
hear us?
I don't know what he's doing.
No, I don't know. What the fuck?
Ah, he's quiet.
He's gone.
Oh,
no.
he's there.
I
He's
can hear
drinking.
him sipping.
What are you drinking?
I got a theory that every time my Tesla drives by, it
Cheers.
fucks up my internet.
What a piece of shit.
Oh, there's some
That's like
audio.
every second car.
There he is.
Oh. Coming and going.
Coming and going
Looks good now.
like a hornet.
Yeah, what I was saying was, like, I'm pretty sure every time like electric car drives by, it fucks up my internet. These fucking cucks.
Okay.
You know, it's just a theory.
That's
I've
a
been
good
noticing
theory.
it.
Sound.
What the hell are you talking about?
Losers in
Fucking.
parks.
Oh, just the hipsters that were hanging out in the park.
Oh, losers in parks. Yeah, I'm picturing, when you say they're not people want to hang out with, I'm picturing like whatever they're called, puka shell necklaces and wicker cowboy
Yeah,
hats.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
You know?
Not wrong at all. A lot of hats.
Sundresses and big glasses.
Like
it was
people
mostly
take-
girls.
Like,
It was a lot of girls.
yeah, girls who take all the doilies
Yeah.
from their grandma and make
That-
dresses
those are
out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Okay. I mean, that's a cool look, but
I don't think so. But it's just like
make an
the
interesting
stupidness
suntan.
of like, A, like we're not supposed to be doing that. I get like, you know, and then B, it's like again, like we were just saying, how it's like, who
Go
the
fuck yourself. Not supposed to be doing what?
Oh
Go
my-
fuck yourself. Fucking
Yeah.
done with it.
You might be.
There's too many
Yeah,
rules
that's just
already
like
with
you
life
being
in
really
general.
Selfish though.
Yeah.
That's not.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? I'm doing my own fucking thing. I'm
I
not
know,
bothering
that's
nobody.
you though.
What's
but for you
selfish
to like
about that?
say that and encourage other people to think that way, like I had a bud post on Instagram today
Dude,
that.
I'm not a fucking
No,
role model.
but I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
my bud does music at live venues in Toronto and has a company that does that. And he's rad, records bands, works for Lee's Palace, all these awesome venues. And he's out of work for the foreseeable. Like, that industry is not coming back anytime soon.
That's a bummer.
Him being on the CERB is like a fraction of what he made before. It's a huge cut.
Yeah.
And he sees posts like
Yeah.
that we're talking about all these people in fucking parks. And he's like, it's you people that
Yeah.
I work
Yeah.
for the rest of the year to provide sound so you can see goddamn Bedouin Sound Clash. And because of you being also selfish, like, music's not coming back anytime soon, and I'm going to have to move
Yeah, it's
into,
just
like,
gonna
some
delay
kind of, like,
everything.
halfway house.
Yeah.
Because I can't afford to live in Toronto on
Dude, I
$2
get
grand
it.
a month.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody does that.
No.
That's
I fucking
ridiculous.
get it.
So for like those people, it's just like everyone just kind of fucking chill.
Yeah, they're entitled to that feeling, and I empathize with that for sure. But I'm not responsible for
No.
it. Okay? I'm not responsible for them and their life choices and their decisions and what they want to do. What about the rest of the time? You know? What the rest of the time when they're fucking fingering girls that are passed out at a party and fuck? Am I responsible for those
No.
fucking decisions?
Brock
All their
Turner's the
shitty
one.
decisions?
Yeah, no one's friends with Brock Turner.
You know?
No.
Fuck Brock Turner. But no, I'm just, man, like, let me do me. I don't agree with that being right, and it obviously is gonna like have some. There's gonna be a fallout because of it. But like, when it comes to me, I'm still social distancing. I'm still doing everything I need to do on a daily basis. I got to go to work. I got to take care of my dog. I got to have some kind of life outside of my van, apartment, house,
Yeah.
whatever. Right? It's not sitting in the park with 400
Yeah.
people, you know, shoulder to shoulder or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's not that. But, you know, once a month, if my buddy says, hey, you want to find a place that's open for coffee and just, like, go walk on the boardwalk by the beach, I'm going to do that
Oh, yeah.
without
I
any
think that's
guilt.
fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think.
That's my take. I'm not on anyone's side except for my own. And if that's selfish, well, go fuck yourself.
Definitely the definition of selfishness.
No, I'm with you, and I know that you're not
Yeah.
like Puka Shell hanging out playing fucking slackline in a park with 30 people.
Yeah, I'm playing
like a
Froth.
fucking cuck idiot. But there is that, like, the more people are cheating right now and just like, oh, I'm just hanging out with Brad on Thursday, and then on Sunday I met with Janine, and
Yeah.
then next Wednesday I'm with Chris. It's like,
And they're making
Yeah.
more money on the
Like,
serve
oh,
than
at
they were
Mc-
at
at their fucking
minimum
Starbucks
wage job.
job.
And yeah.
and then it's like, yeah, but the
Mm-hmm.
more you just kind of like, oh, but I'm only hanging out with less than 5 people, that's allowed. But every day of the week you're doing it with a different group. Like, the
5
numbers in
people.
Ontario are not going down. Like, it's still
They went up.
400 new cases
And they
a
won't
day,
for a
50
long
people
time.
are dying a day. Like, it's not like a cataclysmic, we're all gonna die thing. It's just like, well, the numbers aren't going down at all with what they've done. It's been 2 months now of,
they won't.
like, not seeing anybody or doing anything. No businesses are open. There's nothing to do. And the numbers aren't dipping.
Well, the numbers aren't going to level out for a year.
Who knows?
Or who knows?
Yeah.
It's months, because as tests become more easily available, the numbers are going to
Yep.
keep going up.
That's true.
You know, it's not going to level out for a while. I mean, I would say, like, as far as directly affected people goes, that's how we should be judging, you know, how much we expand back into regular living. Like I don't know anyone that's had it or has it. If that starts to ramp up, then I'm going to consider things differently. But if it stays on trend where, like, no one's getting it around me at all, like, I don't know a single fucking person, and countrywide, coast to coast, I don't know anyone personally that's had it or have had to deal with it, it's like, well, you know, how much longer am I going to let, you know, them cuck me out of fucking just regular daily shit? Like, socially, that's the only thing that's really took a hit, is, like, convenience elements to life, with, like, stores and consuming and stuff, and social situations.
Yeah, and that's
It's
the only thing that I care about,
you know,
too, is the social.
real fallout.
And what...
Personally, there's people dying and getting sick
And I
as
know
well,
a few people
but
that
it's
are
not affecting me.
sick,
Yeah.
but they're fine. And my biggest issue, and back
Yeah,
to
you
the
said you got
government's
family or
fucking
something.
garb, is they are, like, laxing the restrictions here. Like, every week there's, like, a new wave of businesses that are allowed to be open. And it's clearly all just for money and the economy. It has nothing to do with, like, cases are down, we're controlling it. It's like, no, but golf courses are open? Like, who gives a fuck about golfing during a worldwide pandemic? But it is like, well, golf courses lose so much money if they're not open all summer. And it's like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
And
I don't give a shit if
but they're paying
that's it.
taxes.
They have
They're
huge,
paying
you
more
know, if
taxes than
whatever
everybody.
Country Ridge Golf Cucks goes out of business, like, that's a huge amount of tourism out of that area. That's a whole, like, it's like so transparent.
Where is Cuckridge?
Cuckridge. Cuckridge in every county.
Yeah.
There's a Cuckridge.
Yeah, for sure. Within 50K,
And it gets to the point, though, like, I'm with my buds at work, and we're all like, we should all go golfing. Like, talking about how fucked it is that, like, we are working together. I only work there 2 days a week. But it's like, I'm with them all day, 2 days a week, have lunch together, sit beside each other in the fucking truck all day. And that's 100% fine, because it's essential service. But if I wanted to hang out with any of them on Saturday and do the exact same thing in my backyard, like, that's absolutely not allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a
Unless
monster.
we went golfing.
You're a
If we all met at the golf course, then that's allowed again. It's
Yeah,
like, it makes
exactly.
no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard the golf courses were open and you have to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're not doing the cart
Clubhouses
thing.
are all closed.
And, like, that's
Yeah.
the
But,
sacrifice.
like, let's be real, too. Like, what was
You
stopping
know?
people from doing that before? I've done that pre-pandemic life. Just walked on after 7 o'clock on a golf course and played till 9 o'clock and not paid a fucking dollar. You know? Like, I don't know. I think that we were talking about this the other day, but it's like, I'm on board with what RJ was just saying, how, like, it makes no sense that we can go to work and be a cog in the machine, and literally, like, that's where I'm gonna get exposed to anything,
for sure.
is me going to work.
Yeah.
But then, when I come
for
home,
sure.
I can't, like, have friends over, or I can't go to friends' houses.
Even work buddies that you're with all day.
all day, right? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I share a water fountain, toilets, a fucking sink, you know, all that shit with hundreds of people on site every day. You think people are wiping things down between, like, there's a crew of people that are
They wipe their
sanitizing
asses.
things,
Yeah,
but
I've
it's like,
seen
really?
outhouses.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
your main
disgusting.
go-to for dropping deuces now? Like, where's your other ones? Because, like,
Oh,
they
I'll hit
have open
Timmy's on the way to
bathrooms for
work
people,
or on
though?
the way home. There's a Tim Hortons that they
Okay.
don't have a drive-through, so to stay open, they just
right.
do walk-in, right? And they have it all sectioned off, so it's single file in and then single file around to get your stuff, and then you have to
Yeah.
go out the other door. So there's
One of
no,
those.
you know,
We got one of those in Guelph,
backtracking,
too.
you know,
Yeah.
most of the time. But as soon as you walk into the left, there's 2 like private bathrooms. So like I'll usually stop there on the way to work to get a coffee or a bagel or something. And I'll just drop one there, or on the way home if I'm a little sluggish, I'll stop and get a coffee and drop one there. And then if I'm at work, it's like you got to do what you got to do. But that's like, dude, like once a week at worst. You know, if I can help it. It's no more than once a week because, like, that shit is nasty. And then midday, it's been 25 here for weeks, right? Like, I'm all sunburnt and shit. Like, my neck and arms are all sunburnt. And it's like, it's so hot. Never mind it being disgusting that you can't even take I wear overalls, right? So it's like I can't even take my overalls off without them getting in piss and shit and stuff, right? And it's like, and then plus it's somehow 40 degrees hotter in the porta potty than it is outside. It's disgusting. You know, it's like they have built-in heaters in there.
Pile
or
of shit
something.
underneath you are radiating heat.
Oh yeah, that's warm human
yeah.
excrement.
Yep.
It doesn't get cold when it's just piled up on other shit.
Self-generating. Oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I had a full-on meltdown on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I almost quit my job, and then on Friday. Things got a little better because we got out of where we were, and we probably won't be back doing anything like that ever again. It was probably some of the worst couple days of work I've ever experienced. Like at first we were working on top of rebar, which is fine. Like, you know, you get tripping hazards and it's awkward and whatever. But then they started. We were behind and they were ahead because we're short staffed, and they started piling the rebar on top. So like now they're doing all the bracing and everything on top of us. So we're literally underneath rebar, climbing through a cage of rebar, trying to like lug 15 and 20 foot lengths of pipe through this shit, and like all the things we need, all of our tools, and it's like just exhausting. And then on top of that, they're just literally slamming rebar down next to your hand as you're crawling through this shit. And like, I lost it. I told multiple people I was gonna fucking take their head off, I was gonna break their nose, I was gonna fuck them up. Like, all these people that barely spoke English, too, just, like, full-on losing my cool, threatening the guy I'm working with. If you don't get us the fuck out of here, I'm not coming in tomorrow. This is fucking, like, just full-on meltdown for 2 days. They're not paying me enough. I was like, if you're going to fucking pay me $10 an hour more, I could suck this dick. But right now, with what I'm making... nothing's worth it. If this is not my job. If this is what the next 6 months, year, whatever looks like for me, I'm out. I'm out immediately. If there's any indication that this is what I'm going to be doing, I'm fucking gone. Not doing it. It's bullshit. You guys fucked up. I'm not dealing with it. You know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So anyways, that was my week. Happy isolation. Fuck, man. I was in a fucking jail cell for like a week and a half straight under that fucking rebar. A week anyways.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's a bummer, dude.
It was
Better have COVID.
But there's silver lining to everything, you know. It made the drinks on Friday after work with those guys a little sweeter. You know, it made last night relaxing, not feeling any back pain, that much sweeter. You know, like it. There's a silver lining. And fucking our good buddy Rory, friend of the show, friend of friends, his brother fucking called me this weekend and asked me if I wanted to, like, basically try out for a band or 2 bands that he's in. See if I could play bass and keep up. But there is a downside to that too. One of my old you guys know. I'll tell everybody else. One of my old arch nemesis is a guitar player in one of those bands.
You got some sucking up to do.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, no, fuck that, man. I'm gonna break the ice as soon as I walk in.
Let's hear it.
You know. Well, if the conversation's like, oh, what are you up to? And it's like, oh, you know, remember that time you kicked me out of your house and I was homeless for a month and I had like the best month of my life? Well, yeah, that kind of set me on a path.
Still homeless.
And now I've been doing that for years. Thanks, you cuck bitch. No, I don't know. There's no real grudge there. I didn't like him as a kid, and then I just never knew him as a teenager. Well, I didn't really like him then either. And then it was like, never knew him as a young adult. You know, because life moves on. And then I met him through another mutual friend of ours, Big Kurt. And we went to the island and spent like 2 weeks on the island give or take 10 days or something on the island in Vancouver together, partying, having a great time with some other Georgetown guys, Dave and Foreman, shout out, and had a great fucking little vacation. And then coming back from that little vacation, I think Kurt and Phil went back early, and it was me and Dave and Foreman. We were a day or two behind them, and stayed in a hostel. It was awesome. Had a best couple days of the whole trip. And we met this fucking DJ guy named Harvey, I think, or Harley, and we met him on the ferry, and he was a total fucking skid, but he was playing this club, and we're like, fuck yeah. As soon as we got off the ferry, like, fuck yeah. All we have is a bag each. We can go and party. So we go and party, and like, you know, long story long, I ended up having sex with 2 women, doing a bunch of drugs, losing everybody. Everybody lost everybody else. Dave did a bunch of drugs too, not throwing them out.
Sex
but
with
you know,
2 women at the same time? Oh wow.
No. One at the club and one in an elevator they got stuck in. It's a lot. We've talked about this before, and you guys know the story. I'm not gonna go over all the gory details, but basically, I fucking had to jump a fence into the only place I knew where there was people that I knew in the city, and that happened to be this guy's backyard, and passed out up against his door, and then his fucking cuck girlfriend and him decided that I was not a fit for
Sleeping in the backyard.
that sleeping arrangement, and told me to get fucking lost, and I did.
Where did you go after that?
Great. Well, Kurt, I only knew one other person, but I didn't really know him that well. His name's Mike D, and he lived at this artist house called the Grops Gallery, and Kurt knew him well. He tree planted with them, and he had this bike map of the whole city with all these little, basically hobo signs on this map, like this is a good place to eat, this is where Mike D lives, this is that, this is a place where you can get fucking free Wi-Fi. He had this map, and he had it like marked all out. It was like his fucking treasure map. And he's like, take this, man, go find Mike. So I was like, okay, I guess. I've only met this guy 3 times. I guess I'll show up at his door. And I fucking go to this artist's house, and he's living in a trailer in the back of this house, like kind of like my setup, right? Like in a motorhome. And he's not there when I get there. He's like, oh, he's in Montana for a couple days. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. But I like made friends with this woman, Jennifer, Jen, really quick. And we hung out all day and had a great time. And she's like, you can just stay here. Just like sleep on the couch. It's totally fine. So there was a couch on the porch. So it was like, if you walk up the steps, there's like a gate, a wrought iron gate that you could lock for burglaries. And then there was like a whole chilling area, like a couch, a table, all this. And then the front door, and you walk into the house. So in that little, that was just kind of like my outside bedroom for that month. And I just crashed there, and I tried to remember to lock the gate every night, and, you know, and just had psychedelic experiences and sex, and fucking got lost, got in fights, fucking ran from the police, jumped it's had a overall great experience. Almost broke a leg, you know, like
good time.
It was amazing month, and a lot of things kind of like fell in line in a weird way. Like Kurt drove back about a week after, like they stayed for like another week. I seen them every day. We went out and like even saw Phil or buddy, whatever. Yeah, okay. So, but yeah, okay. Well, it's out now. Even saw him like every day. Like we'd go, restaurants and record shops, and we were touring around. Right, the city he was showing us around, and like no real hard feelings because I found myself in a much better place, just by luck. But when Kurt was driving back up north, he ended up fucking totaling the car. And everything just all over the highway. And it was about 8 hours. No, it was about 6 hours from Vancouver, and also 6 hours from Smithers. It was like right in the middle of his drive. He hit a deer in the winter. It was like the end of the winter. I don't know how much snow was around, but he hit a deer and fucking went off the road, totaled the car. The same car. That was the same car and the same trip right after we drove to Ontario. Wow. We bought that Tercel and drove all the way across country in that fucking piece of shit, and drove back, and like we're in Smithers for like a week, and Dave and Foreman are like, we want to come out, and we're like, yeah, we want to get out of here, so let's come out, let's party and fucking go do something cool. So they came out, and like a week later, and then we went on this trip, and then Kurt was driving back, I think by himself, because Dave and Foreman left on their own too, and Kurt was driving back, fucking totaled the car. I had a bunch of shit in the car that just thrown all over. He got most of it back. Like my records were still in good shape, and like his fucking shit, and some people we were living with at the time had to drive 6 hours to pick him up.
It's a
Pretty
far
gnarly.
drive.
So I mean, who knows? If I had been in that car, I might have died.
Topped off the
I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I'll tell you. Like, and I don't remember ever I don't even know if there was a passenger seatbelt in that car, to be honest. So like, I could have died if we went off the road on the highway there, right?
maybe you would have lived.
Well, I did live
I know,
by default, thanks to fucking Phil.
Hey,
Saving my life.
that's your future bandmate.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like a very, like, for the guy to be your arch
We'll see.
nemesis, it's like if you kind of just didn't know him. You know,
Like,
like,
your version of the
that
story
was
is like,
it.
I
He
knew
just
him as a
picked
kid,
on
I
me
didn't
as a
like
kid.
him. I kind of knew him as a teenager, and I didn't like him. And then as a young adult, I didn't know him. And then I slept in his backyard, and he asked me to not
kicked
stay
me out.
anymore.
and then we still, yeah, and then we still
But I didn't
hung
hate
out
him after that.
We still hung
There was
out
no
after
hate.
that.
Had the best month of my
Yeah.
life.
It was just we have never been friends, and it all stems from like he used to
Oh,
pick
yeah,
on me
that's
as
him.
a kid, like at Groundhog or skate park or wherever around town. I think we went. He might have went to Glen Williams School where I
Yeah,
went
I
from
don't
1 to
remember.
5.
He might have gone to park.
I don't know, but I just from around, right? And he was just a dickhead
Yeah.
little kid, a grade or two older than me. Didn't like him, was probably scared of him at a certain point. And then I started getting bigger and was like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this kid up if he keeps it up, And I had an attitude about me. I can't fucking deny that. And I was a little shithead smoking at like 11 years old, like.
Definitely deserved it.
Yeah. I mean, he had no reason to like me, but I didn't have any reason to like him. And it stems from that. And then through teenage years, it's like this guy was always a dickhead in my mind, so there's no reason to give a shit about him otherwise. I
Yeah.
liked all his friends, all
Yeah.
your friends, RJ. I liked everyone else.
For the most part. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of sounds like him.
Yeah. Good
Skyler
guy.
has a very similar life of just like, I thought he always hated me and he picked on me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out he actually liked me. So,
Yeah.
hey Phil, like you too.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Nothing's set in stone, but Jordan called me, said if I want to, like, when I'm available, if I want to come out and jam, and it's like, I'm not much of a jammer, but I
Yeah.
can learn your songs.
That's cool.
What kind of stuff are they doing?
So we'll see. I think it's like a hardcore
Yeah.
kind of thing, post-hardcore. So like probably a little like gay hardcore, if you had to like, categorize it as anything. Not macho hardcore, like whiny
Yeah.
hardcore. He named some bands I didn't really know, and I was like, in my mind, the little bit that I do know about that scene and that, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like, I don't even know. Yeah, whiny, gay,
Cool.
hardcore.
Right up your alley.
And Phil's playing guitar, not drums?
I don't hate it.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. He just said, a couple guys, and he's like, and do you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do you know Phil, last name? And I was like, yeah, I know him a little bit. Like, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, well, there's history there. And he's like, oh, yeah? And I told him a little bit about it in short form. He's like, yeah, we had history too, actually, for a little bit. But he's cool. And I think he knows, like, that I plan to call you, so it's all good. And, like, we'll, bury the hatchet.
Cool.
I was like, fuck
Nice.
yeah, cool. So, we'll see how it goes. Maybe next weekend, I'll go out wherever they
that's
got
cool.
a jam space, I think, somewhere in South Van. Jordan's been
Yeah.
renting for a good while, and I think he's got a band with some guys, and then he's either also in a
Nice.
band with Phil, or Phil's
Starting
in
a
both.
new
I
thing,
don't
maybe?
know. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, and he's got bass equipment for me. He's got amp and
I was-
guitar and everything.
I was
so
going
don't
to say,
have
do you
go
have
out
a
and
bass? You don't.
spend any money right away? No, I'm not gonna get one either. Like I don't have room for it, and if they got
Yeah.
it, then I can play that. Maybe give them a couple $100, like just in case I fuck it up or break it, and just be like, let me take it home, and I can just play it like kind of
Yeah.
not plugged in the van, right, to practice.
Do some thumbing around.
Depends what it is. I mean, I could go and buy a $100 Squire bass. I'm not above that, and just keep it in the van until I don't.
Until Phil
need it.
kicks you out of the band again.
Yeah, exactly. You passed out on the drum kit. You're out.
Puked all over it.
Yeah, I was a mess that night. In all fairness, I've not seen him for 10 years or whatever it's been. Like, yeah, we had a good couple days together hanging out, but like, that's a line. That's a line.
Gotta be
I can
more than
respect
10
that.
years ago now.
That was
2009
or 10.
So it was
yeah,
10 years
2010.
ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was the late 2009, early 2010. So yeah, it would have been like March or something, 2010.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why I remember this, but it was when like the Olympics were on and Canada won.
I remember you were going to go with them for a while.
Yeah. And then
Foreman and Dave.
Yeah.
But then they just kept delaying it, and then you're like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
shit or
much.
get off the pot.
Yeah.
They shit though, and they didn't have the easiest time. Their car kept breaking
Yeah, no,
down.
we were supposed to go in like January.
Everyone
I think
kept
it
getting
was.
lost.
And
Yeah.
then, because then you and Curtis came back then, right?
Yeah, I want to say we
Yeah.
came back in February, and we stayed for pretty
And then
much
they,
a month.
Like went with you
Give
when
or
you guys
take.
went back.
No, we drove back, and then a week went by, so it probably would have been like 2 full weeks after we had left Ontario, and then they drove out themselves.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I don't think we
I
convoyed
think you're
back.
right,
No, I'm
but
like 99% sure
Just
we
I
did.
remember the time
Yeah.
frame of watching that hockey game.
I think I've talked about that before. It was honestly life-changing. Like the whole 6 months there. Like I moved to Smithers in August, and yeah, whole year, the first year anyways, from like moving to Smithers, just all the traveling and shows and fucking around and all these crazy situations. Like even just that drive across the country, like it's the first time I ever done anything like that, really.
Yeah.
To that extent, that long of a drive, 4 days straight, no sleep, like it was nuts. And we weren't even like doing cocaine or anything. We were just eating Slim Jims and cheesies and fucking coffee and beef jerky, and we had a guitar amp between the seats because the stereo didn't work, and we had it at 12 the whole time, just blasting punk rock up in our faces. You know what I mean? And there was a dog in the back seat, which is all jam-packed with shit that Kurt was bringing to Ontario for some reason. I don't know what the hell it was. Maybe he was bringing stuff home to store it. And, the dog had a little nest in this, pile of shit. Couldn't see out the back windows or side with nothing. Just full of shit. And we didn't die somehow. We fucking 360'd on the highway a couple times. We saw a truck's wheel fly off and the guy go just barreling into the ditch, and there's 10 feet of snow.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's a ditch in the prairies. It's it looks level,
Right.
but there's a ditch there. When the truck hit it, it's gone. Didn't see it again. Underground tunnel. It's gone. And we're we can't stop. If we stop, we're gonna die. We gotta keep going.
You pulled over and helped them out.
No, dude, we couldn't. The brakes froze. There was no stopping. We were so fortunate not to die on that trip. It was an unproven car at that time. Neither one of us knew really anything about fixing vehicles or nothing. And it was just kind of this car cost $500, and then brought it to the shop, and they charged us $300 to get it roadworthy. And when we told them we were driving across the country in the winter, they said, "Good luck," and basically locked the door behind us. You know what I
Sign
mean?
this form, please.
Yeah.
And we made it. Yeah. We followed a storm the whole way, and then on the way back, it was just bluebird,
Yeah.
crystal clear, fucking beautiful, cold, dry days. It was awesome. It was crazy, man. Crazy trip.
I'm due
All
for a
around.
road trip.
Yeah.
I'd like to really do one soon.
Yep.
This summer during
Yep.
lockdown. I was saying that to Skyler the other day.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and come
Yeah.
out there this summer. That's the plan, right? If this
It's
whole
not.
COVID thing lifts,
You're coming
late
in
summer, early
lockdown.
fall. But if it does,
Yeah, it won't be.
well, whatever. I'd come out. I mean, I got at least 2 weeks of vacation to take, and it's I fucking might as well. It'd be cool to drive to the East Coast or fucking even just to
Yeah.
the cottage,
We might go up there in 2 or 3
if
weeks.
it's still open.
Yeah.
Our parents are bugging us. We haven't seen them since January. And they're like, we should all go up north for the weekend.
Since I was home, you haven't seen him since September.
Our mom's birthday was mid to the end of January. We went to dinner there.
Yeah.
And then we had plans February is always a bummer. We'll just chill, and then we'll see you in March because that's the beginning of birthday season. And every month there's something: Mother's Day, Father's Day, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And then this shit happens. It's we just don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
They need to like
6
hang
months.
some drywall or something. And my dad is normally a handy guy, but he's like old and pretty bad at stuff now.
Yeah.
So I think me and brother here are doing the work.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know how to do it, but if he just tells us, it's like, it's not hard.
No.
Oh yeah. I think you'd be better off if
I
you just
agree.
went
I
Outside
agree.
outside
Like,
and
show
you
us how
guys
to do
figured it
one,
out.
then you fuck off, and we'll do the rest
Yeah.
in an hour.
Yeah.
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 And you don't have to. You just screw it in with the drywall screws. You put your little mud over it, sand it, let it dry, sand it all down,
Yeah.
tape it up, paint it. It just seams. You want your seams to be nice and you get the mud in there so you can sand
Yeah.
it down so it's not. You don't see the rough seams of it. That's the only thing. That's the only trick to it. Just
Yeah.
screw it
See,
on and fucking
even,
make
like,
sure the seams are all
I'm
good.
under the impression that like we're not mudding it, we're just screwing the
Yeah.
drywall. Like,
If you're just screwing it in,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah,
working with
like,
plywood, right?
that'll take.
Yeah,
yeah,
fragile
it'll take too long.
plywood.
But yeah, like I don't see us like I don't know the first thing about mudding. Like he can do that.
I don't think he can.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like plaster. Have you ever
Yeah,
had
I mean,
to
like,
patch
I
a
have
hole
done
in
it,
a wall?
but
It's
it's
exact
just,
same shit. You
like,
just hide
I
the
don't
seam.
really want to do
Yeah.
it.
I think, like, I'm with you in the same boat. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, that seems like a disaster. Because every time I've ever, like, seen someone do it, it's him
Yeah.
who makes the biggest deal out of it.
Yeah.
And the most mess, and all his clothes are ruined. And it's like, yeah, but he's just, like, a really inefficient
Yeah.
worker. Like, he's going to take all day to mix
Yeah.
it, then sit and smoke and drink, and then go back to it later, and then fuck around, and something's fucked. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
it makes it, like, my idea of it's like,
Yeah.
that's the worst job
Gotta
of all
run
time.
into
Yeah.
town.
But I imagine it isn't at all. Like, you just add water to
It's
the
fun.
paste. Fucking
No, it's fun.
Mop it up, throw it up, let it dry in 2 hours.
Listen, like, it's a good chance to
Oh,
learn
yeah.
something, you know? Learn it, you'll never forget it. Learn it wrong, who cares? Like, you
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
learned it wrong. So the next time you do it, you won't do it as wrong. Like, just go and, it's fun. It'd be good to spend a day doing that, man. It's fun shit.
Yeah. That'll be good.
You know, you're too much of a cuck as it is.
Wow.
Go fucking
Wow.
do something. Wow. Yeah, you heard me. Heard me. Bang up some drywall,
Buddy,
you
I was
cuck
fucking
bitch.
tiling my backyard all week. Oh.
Not you. I'm talking to your brother. Can you tell I'm looking to the left? Okay.
I do plenty of hard work. You
No,
cunt
I
bitch.
know you're fucking. You guys playing Lego out in this mud and the sick back
I
there.
got sunburnt really good too.
Yeah, your RJ fucking messaged me. He's like, dude, I wish I'd taken a video. Tyler's rolling around in the
Wearing
mud
just
in the backyard,
Black
playing
socks,
with his
no
fucking
shirt
Lego.
on. Sunburnt to fuck.
Yeah, doing work.
Yeah, it looked good, man.
Yeah,
It came together
Looks
nice.
Good. So far, so good.
Yeah. Is that shit cheap? What is it like?
Yeah, 20
bucks a box or
6
something?
tiles per box. It was like $800. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Oh wow! To
Well,
do the
yeah,
whole
and I had
deck.
to. I put down new patio stones as well.
Make it
Yeah.
bigger.
Oh yeah.
Make it a bit bigger.
Just to keep
and I also
it
bought
level and.
salt,
Oh, yeah, that adds up.
which was like
Oh yeah, you don't want
no,
any
it's
snails.
just for
hanging around.
our like softener, right? But when I bought them online, the pictures
Dual
were super
purpose.
small, so I bought like 6 of them, thinking that they were small bags. But then when they got them, they're
That's a
fucking
year's
huge.
supply.
Yeah, it's like I'm never gonna have to buy salt again.
Yeah.
So, bit of an inflated price on. I think the tiles were like $500 or something stupid, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you would have spent that much in wood, and it probably would have been more of a hassle.
It would have
to
been
do
a
it
hassle just
that
because
way.
of the condo
with the
board.
fucking
Like
strata.
that alone, like you have to get everything
Yeah.
approved versus
Yeah.
this.
Oh, it's got to be
Right,
2x2
yeah.
lattice or 1x1 lattice. It's got to be fucking. You got to have two, fucking 2x6s.
Well, like the fucking
like all the
like you can put
standards.
a deck on your house at the back here, but you have to do it there's only like one way that they let you do it, and it's like the
it,
stupidest
yeah.
looking
Fuck
fucking
it. It's
deck
It's like
ever.
8 feet or something.
Yeah.
Like you can barely get any chairs on it.
Yeah, it's totally just like so you can have like a barbecue right next to your door kind of thing.
There's no room to
No,
lay
God,
down
no.
and puke.
So this was the next best thing.
No.
I'm thinking we can make it
Yeah.
even bigger.
That's
What do
good.
you mean?
Get another row of stones.
Oh yeah,
Like
Expand.
it's pretty nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Did you have to dig up your lawn? Did you
Oh,
like
yeah,
dig out any
yeah.
grass or anything? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
had to
put
put
the new
like
stones
5
in.
stones down, and they were 24 by 24 inches, so was like a 24 inches by, we'll say like 7 or 8 feet. Had to like dig it all out and put them down.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty easy. I thought it was gonna take way longer. And then at one point I was like chiseling all of the dirt out, and I fucking like went through a root, and I was convinced it was a fucking like power line. And I was just like, oh my god, like I just fucked up my whole house kind of thing. The condo's gonna find out. Fucking destroy our home.
Dude, when I was helping my parents like years ago do the deck at their new house. My dad rented this
Oh, yeah, I was
gas
there.
auger to drill for the posts.
Yeah, I was.
You were there, weren't you? And we
I don't
hit the
remember
gas
that part,
line.
No, but I was there for one day of Ogden.
Well, we fucking the gas, like the thing caught. It was the last post right up against the house. We're not paying attention
No.
to anything that's around us, right? We want to get this done, and the thing's going, and it catches, and it just boom does one of these. Like both of our hands just go off.
Yeah.
And there's no controlling it. It caught. It's still fucking throttling up, and it just goes bing and takes the
wow.
gas line out, and it's pissing gas. And my dad's like, "Fuck!" So we finally this thing throttles down like itself, just stops spinning as fast, and we like turn it off, and it's like, okay, that now what, right? It's like, well, let's go shut the gas off. And as we're doing that, my mom comes out and she's like, "What are you guys talking about?" And we're like, "Nothing." My dad's smoking now. He's smoking. He's 10 feet from it, as if like she's not gonna smell it. And we're like, nothing. It's all good. Yeah, everything's going good. We're just bullshitting her. It's like 45 seconds have gone by. The gas is just. Psst, you can hear it around the corner. My dad's smoking. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then finally, she was like, "What is that?" And we're like, "Nothing. It's all good. It's all good." And she's like, "That's the gas. I knew I heard you say." And like she starts fucking lecturing us. It's like, okay, well let's fucking just go turn it off. And like she's like, "I put out your fucking smoke." Trying to blow up my fucking new house, and it's like full on domestic going on in the backyard. And I just casually go downstairs and fucking find the shut it off, come back upstairs. My mom's on the phone with the gas company already within 2 minutes. "Yeah, it's an emergency." It's like, it's not an emergency. It's off. Don't call them. It's Sunday. Then it cost you $9 million to have them out here. Just don't call them. And I was doing gas work at the time. I was like, just leave it. So sure enough, fucking Monday came around and we got the part and fucking put it in, and everything was all good. The deck got done, but it was
An ordeal.
An ordeal.
working with parents.
Yeah.
Man.
Can't wait.
That's
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We can't fucking wait.
It'd be nice to go up north though.
Yeah. It's where we get all our bad habits, though. It's obvious. You start working with your parents doing anything for a couple hours, it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like that.
I feel the opposite. I feel
Fuck.
like our.
Or
yeah,
no,
like our
there is an
dad's
opposite
just
side
so,
too.
He's
Yeah.
not lazy. He just takes so many breaks. Like, I see that quality in other parts of my life. Like, he needs a reward, like a little monkey, to do anything. And like his, like
yeah.
I'm gonna work for 20
for
minutes.
sure.
I'm gonna have a beer and a smoke. But then, like, over the course of an hour, like, he's only working 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And so, like, the amount he gets done in
Yeah.
a day is what a normal person would get done in 1 hour if they just worked the full hour.
Yeah.
But it takes him all day because he's, I gotta get a beer and a smoke after this. And, like, I do that on other things
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, if I work really hard today, I'm gonna, like, get some Burger King on the way home. Like, here's a little carrot at the end of my day
Yeah.
to get me there. If I'm going to go on, like, a long
Yeah.
run, it's like I'm going to get a Snickers bar on the way home kind of thing. Like, little things like that.
Yeah.
And I got it from him for sure.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, being a kid and,
For
like,
sure. I got the
me and
treat
him going
system,
up
too.
to the cabin for the weekend to, like, or we'd go up for, like, a week, and it's like we got to paint the entire place. And it's like, fuck, that's going to take all week. And then, like, within 2 days, like, I've done it. It's done. He just sat at the bar drinking because he's, like, got the paint cans brought into the room, opened them, now I need a break.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
But that's the way, it's like everything is like,
Yeah.
that's a step, and now I get a break. And it's like, okay, well, I'll open them and paint the room. Like, I have rollers, like, I'll just paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
I
he
don't
was
think he
hoping for.
was, though, because that's
For
the way
sure.
he does everything
Yeah.
to this day, even when he's working by himself.
Yeah, if you
If I
weren't
wasn't there, it would have taken
Yeah,
all
if you
week.
weren't
He would
there,
have
it
got
would've
it
been the
done,
same.
but it would have taken all week. But
Yeah.
with me there, we got it done in 2 days, and the rest of the week we just, like, hung out. But like that's the way he
Yeah.
does everything. Like takes him like 3 weeks to put a laundry chute in, like stuff like that. It's just like just go down there and work for the whole day. But
I'm kind of like that when it's casual shit. If I'm on my own, if there's people around, like if I'm working with other people, it's different. There's some motivation. We're all kind of having a good time. When I'm on my own, it's hard to fucking stay focused and motivated. Sometimes when it's like casual shit,
Yeah.
when it's not pressing. You got a week to paint a cabin. It's like I'm gonna take all week too, man. I'm taking a fucking break every 15 minutes. You know, I'm scaling it back.
Yeah, I see. I'm more in the mindset of like I just want to get it done,
yeah, I want to get it done.
and then I can sit and do nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like even with these patios, like my plan was it's like, oh, it'll probably take 2 days. Like if I get the patio stones in on the first day, like that'll be good, and then I'll tile it afterwards.
Yeah.
And then once I got the patio stones in, and it only
Yeah.
took me like an hour and a half, it's like, well, I might as well start on the tiles. Like
Might as well start.
it's only 2 o'clock.
Yeah, shirt's
Yeah.
already off. You planned on
Yeah.
spending
Good
the whole
sweat
day
on.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in your socks.
Oh my God.
Already.
My black
like-
socks are ruined. So muddy.
My knees were all fucking cut up too. I needed knee pads. It's the only thing I didn't buy that I
Yeah.
should have bought, and like a
Yeah.
shovel. I just bought like a fucking gardening trowel thing, thinking it would be not that big a deal.
Yeah.
But then like
Yeah. You bought your little
yeah,
plastic
basically
fucking
right. And
pail,
then like
yeah.
I get the one fucking stone in, and it was just like fuck. I should have just bought a big old shovel. Like this would be done, and I wouldn't be on my knees like a cuck.
It's that weird line.
You have a
No,
little
that's
shed.
it though. It's like
You
you're
have a
gonna
shed.
buy all these tools to do
Yeah.
this one job and then never need them again.
Yeah.
So like I'm with you. Like you probably would have been way easier using a proper shovel.
Yeah.
But you don't need a shovel ever again. You
No.
just need a little gardening trowel to like maintain a finished backyard now.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna be digging a hole ever. Ever.
Not here ever.
No. You don't need a full
Probably
size
not,
shovel. And there's
no.
nowhere to put it. Like it's just gonna be like stuck in a corner somewhere.
Yeah. See, Guelph's got a lot of those like tool share things.
Yeah.
But because it's like pandemic
COVID.
life, it's
Yeah.
like none of them are operating, right? So that was kind of my thought
Yeah.
too. Is like I could
No,
just go get
definitely.
a shovel from them.
Yeah.
But I bought I bought a
$10
jigsaw
for the day.
though.
Yeah.
That was
By
good.
donation.
That's goodbye.
Yeah. So what if Harangi kicks it? You're gonna have to dig her hole with a gardening
so.
trowel.
Just toss her over the fence.
Yeah, totally. Just throw her in the backyard of the neighbor.
She's never gonna toss
Yeah.
her in the neighbor's pool.
And then blame the
Yeah.
cat drowning in it.
Yeah. Blame him. Yeah. This isn't America.
Yeah, get some money out of it.
I think with that being said, we should wrap this puppy up.
Yeah.
This was a good one. Lots
Solid.
of ranting and
Yep.
raving, going in all the
Sure.
directions.
Sure.
Let's give a shout out to Bike Thieves. We haven't talked about them in a while. Banger of an intro song, Third Wife. Follow Bike Thieves. Whenever this is over, I'm sure they'll tour and do cool stuff again. But we'll be back next week, maybe.
That'd
Who
be
knows?
awesome.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we will. Okay.
We'll be.
Oh, okay.
Hot off the press. We will be back. Good.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Done.
Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. We are pretty much experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are pretty much experts, and we love you, I guess.